16, Mr. Salve, was relating to the political parties who had to submit the data to the Election Commission.
Correct. And they have. And this has...
No, that's a separate issue. Whatever they have declared or not declared, that's a separate issue. But as far as the judgment of this court is concerned, because you were supposed to...
I'm coming in a minute. If your Lordship will just give me 1 minute, how we understood it. Para 16, as my Lord has therefore noticed, only required the political parties to give all these details. And these details have been given, my Lord. If they have not been given, that's between the ECI and the political parties. As my Lord the Chief Justice said, I'm not preparing for a political party. Then, my Lord, Para 17 was the mechanism. Your Lordship said details will be furnished in respect of electoral bonds, the details of such bonds that may be received by a political party. Up to a date for issuing such bonds as per the ministry, that is February 19, will be submitted on or before 3rd of May 19. The sealed covers will remain in the custody of the ECI. So, my Lord, we had no role to play. Your Lordships had put this mechanism in place. In your Lordship's judgment, your Lordships dealt with the diverse aspects, including the need to preserve some degree of anonymity, and your Lordships will not mark that in Para 125, where your Lordships discuss the electoral trust as an alternative to this system. And in the conclusions, which are at Para 218, if your Lordships have the compilation, it would be PDF page 76.
Yes.
Your Lordships will not say we direct the disclosure of information on contribution received by political parties under the electoral bond scheme to give logical and complete effect to the ruling. On 12th April, the court issued an interim direction order directing that the information of donations received from donations must be submitted by political parties. The court directed political parties to submit detailed particulars of donors against each bond, the amount of each bond, and the full particulars of the credit received against each bond, namely the particulars of the bank account to which the amount has been credited and the date on which such credit has been made. I'm only not saying this to explain how we understood the order. So this correlation between which political party has received money from whom comes in here, because the political party says, I have received so much money from so-and-so. Then it says, during the course of hearing, Mr. Sharma said that the ECI has only collected information on the contribution made in 2019 because of Para 14 indicates direction was limited to contributions in that year. Your Lordship then clarified Para 13 and 14 of the interim order are extracted below. In the above perspective, according to us, the just and proper interim direction would be to require all political parties who have received donations through electoral bonds to submit to the Election Commission and sealed cover particulars of the donors against each bond, the amount of each such bond, and the full particulars of the credit received against each bond, namely the particulars of the bank account to which the amount has been credited and the date of each such credit. The details will be furnished forthwith in respect of electoral bonds received by a political party till date. The details of such other bonds as may be received up to the date fixed for issuing such bonds, including February 19, May 19, will be submitted on or before May 19, and the sealed covers will remain, etc. Then your Lordships clarify, Para 14 does not limit the operation of 13. 13 contains the direction in unequivocal terms to political parties to submit particulars of contributions received through electoral bonds to the ECI. Para 14 only prescribes the timeline for the submission on the contributions when the electoral bond should be done. In view of the interim order, the ECI must have collected particulars of contributions made to political parties through electoral bonds. In view of our discussion, the following directions are issued. The issuing bank shall stop issuance of bonds, which was done immediately. The SBI shall submit details of the electoral bonds purchased since the interim order by the court till date to the ECI, fully given, my Lord. Details shall include the date of purchase of each bond, the name of the purchaser, and the purchaser of the bond, and the denomination of the electoral bond purchase. All these details are given. SBI shall submit details of the political parties which have received contribution through bond since the interim order till the date of the ECI. SBI must disclose each electoral bond encashed by the political parties, which shall include the date of encashment and the denomination of the bond. Now, as we therefore understood this, the political parties have come and said, we have received so much from so and so. The details which we will give will make the database complete so that we have who purchased, when he purchased, and when they've got. If the numbers are to be given, we'll give them. There's no problem. So, according to us, the data.
Mr. Salve, I have a few questions. First,
Yes.
Tell us in what format is the data on the purchase and redemption of electoral bonds stored by the SBI?
So, as I had explained in the application which we filed, because at that time we were functioning under the edict of anonymity, which had not been stayed. So, at that time we were directed to preserve anonymity, including we had to take measures that within the bank.
What is the format in which you maintain the data on purchase and redemption of electoral bonds? In what format do you store it?
Silos. Your Lordship noticed that in the next order. So the data is maintained in two silos.
You store it in 3 silos. From your application, it emerges now.
5 பேரடங்கிய அரசியல் சாசன அமர்வின் முன்பாக தேர்தல் பத்திர வழக்கு விசாரணைக்கு வந்திருக்கிறது. மீண்டும் SBI சார்பாக ஹரிஷ் சால்வே தற்பொழுது வாதாடி கொண்டிருக்கிறார். அவரிடம் பல கேள்விகளை CJI உச்சநீதிமன்ற தலைமை நீதிபதி கேட்ட அந்த காட்சிகளை பார்த்தோம். SBI வங்கியின் செயல்பாடு நேர்மையாக இல்லை என்பதையும் உச்சநீதிமன்றம் கூறியிருக்கிறது.
உடனுக்குடன் செய்திகளை தெரிந்து கொள்ள சன் நியூஸ் பெல் ஐகானை கிளிக் பண்ணுங்க.